Good morning in the morning. Good morning in the morning. Welcome to another episode of Tennis Good Morning. My name is Schrambini, and I'll show you in a second, or in more or less 15 minutes, what happened yesterday and what will happen today. And we start as always, since everybody's here, with the short score update. What happened yesterday? Lechka, for example, came through in 3 sets against Giron. That's what I said. Musetti beating Goyo in straights. Sonego beating Berrettini 6-1, 6-2. Pretty clear for me that result. And Gasquet beating Ubex 7-6, 6-4. Feliciano Lopez not winning here in Stuttgart 7-6, 6-3 for Yosuke Watanuki. That's, for example, what happened yesterday. About the girls in Nottingham, Sakari is through in straight sets. Brech and Vekic winning in 3. Jule Niemeyer losing to Heather Watson. Not expecting that. But Heather Watson, of course, grew up in grass, had some great results in grass court tournaments. Hüsler beating Cressy. Also interesting on grass. Bear beating Kobler, that's reasonable. And Milos Raonic beating Kikmanovic. That was actually a result I was not expecting that clear. 6-3, 6-4. So yeah, Satogenbosch also on the way with Milos Raonic coming back. That is kind of the main important things about the scores. The girls in Satogenbosch, Azarenka beating Kostic, for example, or what else? Magalfa losing, Bonaventure losing 7-6, 7-6. Great Minen comes through, and Kudermetova beats Alison Risk, because Alison Risk retires after 6-3 and 3 love. That is the score news. Guys, how is everybody? I see some people in chat already. Dachi, welcome. And Laubi. Of course, Yannis as well. Yeah, they won after Djokovic nailed it at the French Open. And what else happened? Yesterday, not much. Berrettini, by the way, he won the tournament last year. Berrettini is champion in Stuttgart last year, but is, as I said, already out. What else? Ah, yeah, of course, Nick Kyrgios is back. That's what I said yesterday already. He was in the semifinals last year in Stuttgart, so he knows already the courts there. He knows already what's happening in Stuttgart. Can't wait for him to play. He's actually playing today. That's the next thing that I'm going to tell you today. What's happening today in men's tennis and girls tennis? We have Kyrgios playing today against Yibing Wu today in the evening. Might be hosting it if I have a chance, because I have to go to work. But then right after work, might have a chance of hosting it. Depends how long that match goes. We have Barrère, Otte, Mute, Karatsev, O'Connell, Altmaier, Shapovalov, Fuchsovic, Stang, Struff, Bonzi, Paul, and Kyrgios Wu in Stuttgart, for example. Nottingham. Tsurenko, Haddad-Meyer is a good match in Nottingham. In Sertogenbosch. There's good matches, guys. Rosovori, Nakashima, Bublikov, Manarino, Fils, also an interesting one. And with the girls' matches in Sertogenbosch, there is, for example, anything interesting? Venus Williams. Oh, Venus Williams playing in Sertogenbosch. Interesting. Okay. Against Selina Naif. I've never heard that name, actually. She's ranked 202, Selina. And Venus Williams at the moment ranked 318. That's it. Morning, Squeaky. How are you doing? First crash of the day coming up. Okay, teaching kids to focus and clear their minds while playing. Bouncing the ball, fixing balls, towels, repeating things in their mind. For example, are these taught or innative? Born folded? No, they are taught, all of them. All of these things are taught. Every player, of course, has some different stuff. But these routines, they're very, very important for your mental health. And I will be there on Sunday. Oh, really? On Sunday in Stuttgart. Very nice. Very nice. Milos had 7 double faults, but 15 aces, so it's good for him after 2 years away. As I said, I was impressed, and I'm happy for him that he's back on tour. It was kind of came out of surprise, to be honest. A little bit surprisingly, but it is how it is. Second question: I don't really have to. Do I really have to? Only because you asked nicely. Nah, I mean, about what? Have Roger Rafa publicly reacted to Nola's win? Yes, Rafa tweeted right after Nole won. And better, I have not seen it in social media somewhere. But Rafa, right after kind of the match point was done, he congratulated Novak for an incredible 23rd Grand Slam. And these routines for me, they're very important, and most coaches are really not taking too much, how to say, too much effort in it, and yeah, definitely room to improve there. But the problem is, it's so hard to find these routines for every single player, because if you tell some player, okay, you have to put your bottles like Rafa does, he's like, no, I'm not crazy. And then you tell him, okay, bounce the ball 20 times, and he says, no, I'm not crazy. So it's tough to find like these routines for every single player himself. What fits the personality, what fits the player, but you have to have some certain things that you're doing every time, and because that gives you safety, it keeps your head in the moment, you know. That's two things that are very, very important. The way to the Netherlands is short and Stuttgart. Okay, that's true, Lobby. Third and final question. Oh, question's good for today. Last edition was a farewell to Roger Federer. You think this year's Laver Cup will be an occasion to celebrate and acknowledge Novak's achievement? It can happen actually, and it is that Rafa will take a farewell at the Laver Cup, as Rafa said it himself. Well, it was an amazing farewell to Roger in that event, so I could imagine, because it's the last tournament of the year, that Rafa will say goodbye if he's not winning the French, or if he's not winning Olympics, and will say after winning that match saying ciao. Let's see. In the morning, Shawnee. Slowing down something most amateurs don't do. They just throw up the next serve 5 seconds after the point is over. 100%. The so-called rushing is very common when you're not happy, when something is not going your way. People are rushing, and then what I recommend is to get all the balls for the serve. So that's what I did with my player, with Jamie McKenzie. He was rushing so much, so I said he has to get all the balls. Mostly that's 3 balls on the tournaments. You have to get all the 3 balls before you serve. You walk up with the 3 balls to the baseline, and then you take 1 ball back to the fence, and you take the other 2 to serve. And that slowed him down so immense, because he needed to get all the balls always. And he started to do it like as an automatism, and it worked well. I mean, he was never rushing then. Sometimes the opponent got pissed because he was telling, hey, I need that ball. And then the opponent said, no, but you have to. But no, I want that ball as well. Because as a server, you have the right to get all the 3 balls. And that was what he did. So, yeah, rushing definitely is a problem. And for example, with that kind of thing, you can up it. How was the podcast yesterday? It was good. I mean, of course, it was a little longer, and of course, a lot about tennis, about Djokovic, about Iga, about everything. It was a good talk. I mean, yeah, it's sad that it's in German, because you can't listen to it. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should do an English podcast. Maybe I should do an English podcast. I'll see. Hey Maxi, how you doing? What did you decide with Mitko last night? How long will you take? How many generations of players to beat Djokovic's records? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, Alcaraz definitely has a chance to, because, I mean, just imagine if Roger and Rafa, for example, would not be there, or if Djokovic or Rafa, or if Djokovic or Federer, if 2 of these 3 guys would not be there, the other guy would have won at least 40 slams, which is sick to imagine. But if Carlitos really getting into the same like GOAT sphere that Djokovic, Nadal, and Rafa and Federer was, playing wise, winning like almost always the French, and then winning another tournament like US or Australian almost always, then it's gonna be possible. I mean, I don't see the records are impossible, and even though, of course, after 14 slams from Sampras, and no one thought someone could break 14 slams, and then Roger surpassed him, and then was like, wow, that's impressive. Man, this was just the start. So I would say Novak will end with 26. I think he will win 3 more slams. Because Wimbledon this year, I mean, only if he's injured, he can beat himself. Next, US Open, he was never that well. He was playing never that good there, so we'll see. Has a chance of a calendar slam if he wins Wimbledon. That's gonna be very interesting. And then he would even be, if he has a calendar slam, that will also be his 25th slam. And then it would be the person with the most slams in tennis history. Right now, Margaret Court has 24 slams. So he needs 1 more slam to equalize Margaret Court. Let's see if he does 25. But anyway, in crazy achievement. And then, yeah, Tsitsibosa. What happened to Tsitsibosa? Everyone is already guessing how long they will be together. And also, guys, one other thing. The new Netflix trailer is out. I don't know if you have seen it. Netflix Breakpoint trailer is out. It will come out very soon. Breakpoint trailer. Let me see. I can send you the link in the chat. No, I don't see. Yeah. Here, Breakpoint. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Put the link in the chat for you guys. So you can watch it right after the stream is done. I can't wait. The curse starts again. Maybe. I said in the podcast yesterday that this year's Monte Carlo had a camera team following Holger Rune, and the camera team was very like not 100%, but the person that I said that it's 100%. Is that it was Netflix following Holger Rune. So we will see next year also a Netflix series continuing with Holger Rune being in the final at Monte Carlo, and that's gonna be good news. So the story will continue even after this episode. Other news about Halep? No, only that she is in trouble, I think. What's next big, or at least near to the tennis thing in the calendar we should be concerned about, Schrambini? I mean, it's Wimbledon for sure. Wimbledon in 3 weeks. There will be Queens. There will be, of course, Stuttgart, Mallorca is a tournament. There will be Bad Homburg in Germany. There will be Berlin in Germany, both girls tournaments. There is of course in Queens the guys tournaments. Mallorca is, I think, also guy tournament, ATP. And yeah. So, and then of course it's Wimbledon. So the next week's also being interesting, being tough, being a lot of tennis, and yeah, can't wait for all the matches. I'm gonna stream, of course, a lot of matches as well, and just at the moment talking with some sponsors that they will advertise certain streams. Gonna see also Tennis Manager is in the talks that he'll sponsor some streams. So let's see what's happening. Maybe I find a sponsor for the tennis. Good morning. And yeah, guys, we already on and at the end of the stream. Here's the link in the chat for the Netflix series. I wish you a great day. I wish you good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Pleasure having you here. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow at 7:30 for the next episode of Tennis News. My name is Schrambini, and thanks for joining. Ciao, ciao.